we're on a roll. Today, we're doing George Washington. I'm so excited. And I'm like, how have I seen his face before? I've seen his face before. Where have I seen his face? Just kidding. Look at that. He is on the $1 bill and he's on the quarter. Yeah, look at that. Good job, George. Who else? Not many people have their face on money. Pretty cool. Oh, I forgot to do in my last video with Abraham Lincoln that Lincoln's on the 5 and he's on the penny. There you go. He's good looking guy there. Good looking guy. George, not as good looking. But I think Abe's a pretty good looking guy. Okay, so we're gonna start off, we're giving him more of a round head. So we're just going to give him almost like a circle, but we're gonna stop the circle. So start the circle on one side, bring it around, but don't bring it all the way around, and stop. So don't do the upper part, and then we're gonna do the top of his hat. It's just an arch. So you're gonna go, if you wanna go from the middle to make it easier and then go out, great. Or you can just start all the way across. All right, so I gave him, because he served in the service, this cool hat. So we are going to, let's find where the middle is. So the middle is about right there, okay? And he's gonna have this U shape. So it's gonna be like a U right above there. And then it's gonna come up around and then make it attach on either side. U's gonna come down and then make it attach down here. There you go. And then we're gonna be putting the back half of his hat in there. And he's got this golden ribbon all the way around. So we're just gonna parallel the lines, bring it around, bring it over, and bring it down. Super job. Okay, as you all know probably, George Washington was the first U.S. president from 1789 to 1797, and he served 2 terms. Okay, we're gonna give him a big, it almost looks like a backwards L, but then I'm gonna give it a little lip there. Good job. And we're gonna give him his eyes. Now, you could make it just full circle, but I did a half circle, wanted to make it a little different than Lincoln. Put the top part, and then I also gave him a crease line in there. Don't forget it's shiny, and we'll eventually Sharpie that in. And his eyebrows, they are gray, so we're just making an archway, and then you're just gonna make, they almost look like clouds. Okay, great job. I like to give little side smirks. Oh yeah, he's like, I'm doing a good job. If you want to do like an extra piece there, you can. And he definitely had a little more weight on him than Lincoln. So we're gonna give him a little extra chin there. Back in those days, they liked to wear wigs. And this is one of his fashionable powdered wigs. And he's got, this is like his sideburns. So do this on either side, then we're gonna erase that in there. So you guys can go and erase that. This cool sideburns. Ah, you're looking cool, buddy. And we're gonna start on his neck first. So he was born in 1732 and he died at the age of 67 from pneumonia at his home in Mount Vernon. If you go there, in Virginia, you can go to his home. I've been there before when I was a kid. So I want you guys to, we're gonna make 1, 2, 3 lumps here. This is his neck. 1, 2, it's like his, not his actual neck, his clothing. And then we're gonna connect that. My parents were awesome parents. And when we were kids, we'd always go on like some cool summer vacation. And my dad really liked taking us to historical spots. So we did all the stuff for Washington, DC, and learned all about that. So now we're gonna do his ruffles, and we went in the middle of summertime. It's hot there. We got to go stand in the heat where the unknown soldiers are. that actually was very touching. Very sweaty, but touching. I was just a kid then, okay? Good job. And then we're going to put a V here. I got to go before the Statue of Liberty was open all the way to the top. So we got to go all the way to the top, look out the window, and you come all the way back down. But I should do the Statue of Liberty sometime. Good idea. Okay, we're going to make a line here. And then now we can do his cool collar. So it's going to come maybe a little higher than this. Come down, in, out, and then bring it below this. And then it's just going to come and touch down here. Same thing right here. A little ways out. Come out, in, out, and then bring it behind the collar and in. Looking smashing. So he's got his uniform on, and it looks like a raindrop. So we do one raindrop on one side and one raindrop on the other side. George did not like the high taxes. Oh, wait, this is a sad one. When George Washington was 11 years old, his dad died. And so he was raised by his older brother. I know, that's so sad. And he got older. He did not like the high taxes that the British were putting on them. And nobody did. You know, Boston Tea Party, we know all that. So they formed an army to oppose the British, and George was selected to lead them. The war lasted 5 years. But they liked him. He did a good job. Okay, so now we're going to do his fun hair. So out of his hat, make it come down and just give it a fun swirl. Whoop! Do the same thing on this side, right out of his hat. And we're going to come over this side. Let's give it another swirl. And then do some like scalloped edges in. So another swirl. And then give it some scalloped edges in. We're going to give him a ponytail. This was very popular back in the day. They put their wigs and they had little ponytails back there. I can't say that style has come back into style. No. Oh, we're going to put this on here. So what you're going to do up here, you do a circle. And it almost looks like a flower. So you're just going to go around the outside and we'll add a couple of little details to it. So just every once in a while, make a line come in there. Okay. All right, it is Sharpie time. Oh, Washington is the only president to have a state named after him. Very cool, and I've lived there before. I mean, there's Washington, D.C., but that is not Washington. And then there's the state of Washington. And if you go there and you look at their signs, it actually has a profile of the president, Washington. Pretty cool, huh? At least it used to. I don't know if it still does. I'm hoping it still does. I haven't been there in a while. Okay, give it its little smirk. Okay, great job. Let's see. Oh, he got married to Martha Dandridge. And he had 2 adopted children. I'm assuming they were hers. And they were named John and Patsy. So he actually never had any of his own, like, that we know of on a record. We don't know other. I've heard rumors otherwise, but I'm not going to expand on that. All right, now we're going to line here. And, he did not belong to any political party, but believed the country should have a strong, standing army and a national bank. So we do have both of those things today. All right. Almost getting ready to color here. All right. Oh, we got his hat to do. Yes, we do. Excellent job. If you are learning something in school and you'd like to have an art tutorial that goes along with your lesson, if you're doing homeschool or in school, if you're a teacher and you'd like to have an art lesson to go along with what you're learning about, just comment below and let me know. That would be great. Okay, and what I always do, I like to outline, but I'm gonna let you guys do that, where I always give everything a double outline just on the outline, and it really just makes it come alive. Okay, these are the colors I'm using. What else do we know? Oh, this is so hilarious. Well, okay, it's not hilarious. So back in the days, they didn't have good oral hygiene like they do now. You know, that we brush our teeth every night before bed. You should floss. You brush your teeth when you wake up in the morning. You take care of your teeth. You go to the dentist. So now we know how to take care of our teeth. Well, back then, they didn't do as good a job as we do now. And by the time he was 22 years old, he lost all of his teeth but one. Are you kidding me? Isn't that sad? And so they would make him fake teeth to put in. And for when he was posing, is it for this picture? I think, oops, sorry. I think it was for this picture he was posing. They actually put some cotton in his lips to make it look like he had teeth in there. But he did not. And they used to, people would say, oh, George Washington, he had wooden teeth. They had wooden teeth. Okay, they really were not made of wood. So they did have fake teeth, but they were made of elk teeth and ivory husk. And they would make his fake teeth, and he liked to drink wine, and those elements what they do is they would kind of have like little baby cracks in there, and he would drink his wine, and the wine would stain the cracks, and it would make it look like it was like wood grain. So he actually did not have wood teeth, but it just looked like wood. I am thankful for good hygiene now. I'm thankful for my own teeth. But I'm sure he did not like to smile a lot. And if you look at any picture back then, nobody smiled in pictures. Okay, so we're gonna take in the tan. So we just did the peach. Now we're gonna take tan. I want you to go along the edge here. This is to give it some more dark so it looks more three-dimensional. Of course, go off the top here. Great job. So what I like to use, these are my favorite pencils. Crayola 24 pack of pencils. And so I just use those. So if I'm gonna tell you what color I'm using, they come from that pack, so you already know. And if you wanna subscribe to my channel, then you'll know when my next video comes out. So you'll know, oh, what are we gonna be drawing today? I actually know I got some messages, some emails saying my kids wake up in the morning and they see, what are we learning to draw today? And that makes me so happy. Okay, and of course, my signature, oh, I forgot to Sharpie that. Is that driving you crazy like it's driving me crazy? There you go, whoop. Give it some rosy cheeks. How I do my rosies, I go one direction, lightly one way. I go lightly the other way. And then I like to do a little extra in the middle, okay? And then I kind of blend it out a little bit. It just gives them look like they have warmth on them. Okay, I go one way. I'm gonna go the other way. And then I like to give a little extra in the middle. And get a little pink on the lips, maybe a touch of pink on the nose. Okay, so now we are going to do the blue. I just did regular blue for his hat. I'm gonna press harder along the rim. And as I'm coming up, I'm gonna make it go lighter. So harder along the rim. Make it go lighter as it comes up. Okay. So it's gonna be blue. If you wanna do, you can add more layers to make it darker. So I think I went over this a few times just to make it darker in there. And of course in here, you wanna make it a lot darker to make it look like it's behind. And of course, I like to go around the edge a little bit darker. Okay, so we are going to do his, I'm gonna let you guys do his outfit. And what I did to give it texture on his hair and stuff, you want to take the gray and go underneath his hat a little bit and then come out lighter. So it looks like there's a shadow under there. So it's gonna be darker and it's gonna come out lighter. And then I like to go behind here, it's a little darker, and come out, go around the edge here. His little puffy powder puff. Okay, go down here, a little powder puff. Okay, so how I got that yellow, oh, you're gonna do the same thing here. You wanna go under the chin, and then go around the outside, go around the edge here. And then go along the bottom. A little bit down here. In here, darker. Oh, a little ponytail. All right, oh, also, we don't want to forget, you want to do the ribbon in his hair. It's gonna be blue. And then he's got his little blue suit. And when I end things like this, so I'll do it harder as I go along. And as I'm coming down, I'll lighten it up and then I'll just like finish it off. Just do little lines like that. Same thing here. Push down harder if you want it darker. And as you come down, great job. Last but not least is our yellow. So how I got it, make it looking golden, is you want to come in here, push down harder here, and it's gonna get lighter. This thing, you can make the whole thing yellow, and then we'll go around the inside darker. You can go around the edge darker. And make it a little darker here. Darker over here. And we're gonna actually add some tan in there, and that's what gives it that golden look. So by taking the tan, you're like, tan? Yep, tan. You're gonna make it darker right here. and it's gonna make it look more golden. Do you see how it looks more like gold? A little extra here. And I'm going to put a little bit of gold around here. So now you're gonna take the yellow, push harder around where the head is, and then you can just do regular. It's gonna be harder right there, and then you do regular. There's a picture I've seen that I really like. I don't have it, but I've seen it at people's houses. It has George Washington kneeling. I think he's praying, and he's with his horse and his uniform. It looks really nice. Very patriotic. Okay, so now take the tan again to make it look more golden. Go along the edge here. Do the same thing here. I'm pushing down harder and then make it fan out. Harder here. All right, I think all you have to do now is just give it some red background and you're good to go. See you in the next video.